Hello, America. This is Haywood Barber and
Lola Barber.
And we are going to start our Happily Separated show for tonight. And let me tell you something. We don't know what the hell we're going to talk about, but we're going to have fun. And the main purpose about this show, our show, her show, and my show, is to have fun. As you know, Haywood Barber, the Harlem Heretic, more than anything, I'm putting 5 years on the table to make my hosting, my radio show, a success. So I don't care what happens, whether I fall on my face, if I fall flat, if it doesn't work, you don't like it, I'm asking everybody for critique, right? So because I want to be good, and I'm putting 5 years of my life on the table to be the best. Right, so I'm listening to the best. I'm being mentored by the best. I'm learning all the ins and outs by the best. And I believe that you guys are my audience. You guys are what's important. I want to share. My whole life has been about sharing and giving, and I want to run my mouth about everything that I know, everything that I have an opinion about, and I want to give it to you, because you. Yes, you. No, you. Stop looking around. I'm talking about you are the most important person in the world to me. And that's sincere, and I mean that. So feel free.
I thought I was the most important person.
Well, I mean, in terms of, true persons, you are the most important person in the world to me. But my audience and you are very important, and I want to be sure that I'm giving good stuff. I want to give you good stuff. We're probably right now we're going to play a tune that Lola Barber has that she wants to bring it. No tune?
You can't hear it on yours and you were already talking, so I didn't do it.
Oh, well, can you just play it out loud and then maybe they can hear it? Because, on my show, y'all always get to hear a fly joint.
Well, this is your girl, Liberated Lola Barber, and we are happily separated. And this is Happily Separated with the Barbers. If you're listening to my show right now, I just dropped in live, and that is Robert Bublé singing "Feeling Good," one of my new favorite songs. He sings it, and so does Nina Simone.
Well, let's give it a listen.
You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new light for me. And I am feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel.
Yes, America, it's a new day.
Everybody, again, this is your girl, Liberated Lola Barber. I know this formatting is a little bit different because I've joined forces this evening with Haywood Barber. And we are doing Happily Separated live together this evening, joining our broadcast. He's broadcasting live as well as I'm broadcasting live, correct?
Indeed, and we've done this show probably over the last 2 months twice, and it seems to do very, very well. And we like it. I like it, and she and I, we are living happily separated. We are best friends. We recognize that our, when we separated, and I don't know how far we're going to get into that tonight, but when we separated, things had gotten just a little bit probably out of control. But since the separation, which has been about 9 or 10 months, we recognize the tremendous amount of love that we have for each other. And we found, like in the song, Robert Bublé, it's a new life and it's a new day. And we recognize the enormous strength in our love that we have for each other and the power that we bring together. And if you've seen any of the different productions and the mentoring that I still do, and some of the mentoring that she still does. It's all under Halo Productions, which comes from Haywood and Lola, and Halo Productions. So for the rest of my life, despite what will happen with our relationship, whether we get back together, we don't get back together, if she comes back to me or whatever, I'm going to always produce all my works under Halo Productions because we have fun. And I think she just messed up her machine. I guess I don't know. You didn't mess up machine. So, but anyway, but like I said, this is a free fall Friday. It's Friday evening. I'm not sure if the other shows we've done were on Fridays or not, but we're going to do at least at the very minimum until we find out how to do our shows when we're not together. Every other week we wind up with each other some way, somehow, because I come up into town to take care of some business. So at least we know we'll do a show together at least every other week. So what do you want to say about that as an intro? Because God knows, like we said, it's a free flow Friday, and when we do more of these shows, we're going to let you guys kind of chime in and ask some questions about living separated and being best friends, and how that can be probably a lot less complicated than you probably think. Matter of fact, it's been kind of wonderful. And this time I actually haven't been able to see her for 2 weeks because
a month. Mm-hmm.
Because things didn't go right, and so now it's been over a month since we've seen each other, and I probably miss her way more than she misses me because she doesn't act like it at all. I ran up and did the Toyota kick and gave her a great big old hug, and she was like,
No, that didn't happen. But I mean, we both miss each other tremendously. We like working together. We like producing this show whenever we do it together. We like talking to each other. We talk to each other every day. And I mentioned the other day on one of my shows, and you guys can actually ask questions through the chat box if you want to now. If you're listening live on Spreaker, you can go to the chat box and you will be able to make comments or whatever. But our relationship, and it's funny. I thought that our relationship was very unconventional. But I'm learning that a lot of people have found a way to make separated work and even go back and end up getting married, but at in a different way with a different appreciation later on. Well, we don't know if that's what we'll do or not, but I know I've learned that a lot of people have done this, and maybe it's coming to my attention because it's where I am right now. But it works, it definitely works.
Well, I mean, I think the biggest piece is not to walk around bitter. Just to give you guys a little bit of my insight, and I'm learning to be more open and authentic as I'm learning through my new mentors, and I'm a firm believer in learning from the best. Be authentic, and I have situations in my life where people, because things didn't go well, they are still bitter, right? From the fact that it didn't go well. And I don't think that that's a way to be. And matter of fact, when you become bitter about the way things are, typically you're the one that suffer more than the person that you're bitter towards.
Well, they say when you're I remember, you guys know I talk about her all the time, but I remember watching the Oprah show and she was saying that there was somebody she was pissed at. She was mad at him. She was hating on him. And she was out and she saw the person going in. She saw the person. She said, her heart dropped and she said, oh, there goes whoever it is. And she was thinking, oh, I hate them. I can't stand them. And she realized the person was smiling and happy and on their way into a store. And she said to herself, well, I'm mad. I'm messing up myself and they living their lives. So, we've been sitting here looking through Facebook posts and stuff like that, and one of the ones that we just saw was, don't be bitter, be better. So, I mean, whenever you're going through something, I don't know if you find this to be the case, but whenever you're going through something and you find yourself really angry about it or you're at odds with somebody, you always have to turn around and check yourself. And I think that when you check yourself, you find that it ain't all on the other person, and that there's something also to be learned from the experience. Right,
and there are always common denominators.
Like what?
I mean, I once heard somebody say, well, all three of my husbands, and I think I was one of them, all three of my husbands were abusive. Well, shoot. That would constitute that you had an equation in those three relationships, and maybe if you keep going around pinching people at night and then you are upset because they wind up getting pissed at you or flicking you off because you pinching them, and they wind up hitting you but by mistake in the nose. The common denominator is the fact that you pinched their nipple while they were asleep.
Well, and then the other side of it is, if you find yourself having been in 3 abusive relationships, same thing what he's saying is, everywhere you go, there you are. But what's lacking in you that's creating a situation where you've always got somebody treating you like that? What are you doing that's drawing that into your life, even if you don't think you're literally pinching them?
Right.
What is it about you?
Because y'all know that's not what I meant, right? That you really pinching them at night. They didn't think that, right?
No, I don't think they thought that. But I just was making sure that that they didn't think that you meant literally pinching them. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about. Let me see what's been going on lately. What's going on? What current event?
Well, you just told me about Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Oh, Chris Brown and Rihanna, and my girl Brandy L. Davis. What's going on, Brandy? She mentioned that she said, "Oh, I just love this couple. They're my new little Whitney and Bobby." So what was funny? Well, recently, I don't know if you noticed or not, but Oprah Winfrey interviewed Cissy Houston and Whitney Houston's older brother. And he alluded to the fact.
I put that on my Facebook. Yeah, that he's the one who introduced
the crack. Yeah. So all of y'all people that I've been telling all this time, stop hating on Bobby Brown because he didn't get Whitney Houston strung out on drugs. He didn't do it. It was her brother.
Right. And more than likely, she kept saying, "Come on, Bobby, go get it for me.
That's right. Yeah, come on, Bobby, let's hit this.
Yeah, try this kind.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Whitney.
Right, of course. And we don't want. But I understand that the little girl. Her daughter, I don't know her name, Little Bobby or whatever.
Bobby Christina.
I saw her on a tabloid. I didn't pick it up, so I don't know the story. And if anybody knows the story, please chime in or whatever. Let us know along the way. But I did see her face on People Magazine or something like that.
I saw that too.
Maybe
but
about getting married or something like that. And look, you guys have to forgive me because I am not the celebrity follower. I'm not the TZM guy. I don't know what's going on in the world with the celebrities. If Brad Cooper and Angelina are not.
Brad Cooper? You mean Brad Pitt?
Oh, excuse me, y'all. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie are not in the news, then I don't know. And and if it ain't about my big brother Denzel, I could care less. So what's going on in Hollywood? That's just not my world. And I know everybody wants to know about what's going on with your favorite people, the youngsters, Jay-Z and
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And Beyonce.
She just had her HBO movie that she did.
It's about her.
It's about her.
Excuse you.
Excuse me.
I mean, she had a baby. What about her having a baby? What was it about?
No, it was about her. Now there was one she did a couple of years ago, I think, and it aired on like MTV. It came out right before her album 4 came out. Was it 4 or 7? 4. And so
she's had 4 albums.
No, it was named 4 because she was born on the 4th, Jay was born on the 4th, and they thought that Blue Ivy was going to be born on the 4th too. And I think they got married on the 4th of December. So the number 4 is very significant
to them.
To you too. So
yes.
So she just did this HBO special recently, and I watched it. I did, and I love Beyonce. Let me just say that. I always make a joke and say, if I die and come back, let it be as B. Because she's the bomb. She got it going on. But it was a little bit too much like the first one for me. It was a whole bunch of her recording herself. Supposedly it was her video diary. But there was a point where I just kind of got tired of looking at herself in the video camera. And I love her to death, but I don't know. It just got a little, I don't know. I wanted it to be about more than that. And it wasn't, but it's her choice. She's a very rich chick, and she can do what she wants. And apparently HBO, and she feels like people want to, and apparently they did want to see her talk about herself and her life. And, more power to her. Anytime somebody will pay for it, see people get mad. Why she wanna? I ain't gonna get mad. If I could convince y'all to pay me to put something on HBO for me to sit up and talk about Hayward Barber, I'll let you do it all day long. Am I losing you, buddy?
No.
He just drove up here.
Yeah.
From North Carolina, so he's running on fumes.
Yeah, but I'm good. I mean, again, just the entertainment news and all that kind of stuff is like it means nothing to me. None of these people in my life, if it's I'm not a nonfiction guy, so I guess that's
a nonfiction guy. I don't get it.
I'm not a fiction guy. And I think that, Hollywood and the people of Hollywood and, those people are, somewhat plastic. But, I mean, not that Beyonce or Jay-Z are plastic to me, but I just have absolutely no interest in all those kind of things.
Well, I gotta tell you, my interest in her and in Jay is not about their private life. It's about their personal achievements.
Yeah, and I buy that because, I mean, they're a powerful couple. And, he definitely, I guess he said one time before, I remember you telling me that he said he's got the baddest chick on his chain. And I guess that, I remember that piece. You said that to me, about a year ago or something?
Probably much longer than that ago. But, I mean, yeah, he does. I mean, they are two of the most sought-after people in the music industry, beyond a shadow of a doubt. They're both...
And I know Sean Hannity and both Rush Limbaugh are going to love to hear me say the fact that, they was at the White House, freaks.
Yeah, they were at the White House. Obama and President Obama and the POTUS and the FLOTUS. They love entertainment folks, and
Yep.
And that's all good.
And they like them, and that's cool. But are we going to say anything tonight, or are we just going to stay on flow, or we going to
say anything about what?
No, we're going to give the people any part of wisdom or anything like that? Are we just gonna?
What wisdom do you got for them? Go ahead. What you said it was Free Flow Friday, so
Friday.
What wisdom do you have for them?
When you're on the highway,
how about you sit up? He's trying to plug in his
laptop
recording apparatus.
Right, my console. I had to put the studio together real quick. When you're on the highway and you're driving, pay attention.
That's your bit of wisdom?
Yeah, and drive below 10 miles, actually only 9 miles above the speed limit. 10 miles will get you a ticket.
That's right, you do know that.
Clear.
From personal experience, you do know that. And absolutely, people, when you are passing through Virginia, that is the time that you need to be on your best behavior, driving up and down the highway, because Popo will give you a ticket beyond a shadow of a doubt. Won't Popo give you a ticket?
Yeah, no doubt. And let me tell you something. If you get if you get a blowout like I did 3 or 4 weeks ago, was it 4 weeks ago?
Yep.
You never find one. They'll see you, but that's
not what happened to you. Somebody pulled over almost right after you. It was the VDOT, but
right, it wasn't the police. The police will see you, but they'll never pull over to put any flares behind you or anything like that. But yeah, no, it did happen very quickly for me. I was God sent me an angel and got me off the highway. I think I wasn't on the highway more than a half an hour, standing on the side.
Probably just a half an hour. He called me, and after he called me, and I was trying to call AAA, then the guy pulled up behind him to help him.
Boom. Yeah. So anyway, so a part of the point, as my clock runs down, Lola has she can run over an hour on her show, but my show runs down in 30 minutes until I decide to do the upgrade, which I'm probably going to do next week. But anyway, just some parting wisdom as we draw down is that there is a way to have a relationship with the one you love despite having an impasse, and not make it so deadly, or probably the word is definite.
Or negative. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is. And I've
right.
said to friends and stuff before, people would tell me, "Oh, girl, you get ready to meet somebody. You get ready to meet somebody good. You know, we separated. Oh my goodness, you get ready to meet somebody. This is that, and the other." And I tell them all the time, yeah, the person that I met that was like the most powerful person was me. I got a chance to be reintroduced to myself as an individual, and I think that was the greatest gift that I have received. From being separated, aside from that's the greatest gift that I've received,
right.
is the ability to spend time with myself and get to know me and figure out what's important to me, and to be able to focus on that. Because when you are married, and I'm not saying that this is a negative, but when you are married, you spend a lot of time focusing on that other person.
Yeah.
Especially as women. I mean, I'm sure guys do too, but as women, I never realized how much time I spent occupying or preoccupying myself with my spouse and not paying attention to myself or my thoughts or what I wanted, even what I wanted to watch on television or whatever. And then when we became separated and I moved up here to Maryland, a lot of times I would find myself with all this time. I'd be like, damn, where I get all this time from? I seem like and it was because I didn't realize how much time I spent interacting with and taking care of, although he may not agree, my spouse.
No, and I mean, it's true. I mean, I went for years without the remote control. But, you know, I mean...
Are you serious? You said what?
The remote control.
No, I went for years without the remote control.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't even know what channels stuff came on, because he would even take the remote control and put it up underneath his pillow or on the other side of him when he fell asleep with his hand on top of it, so that I couldn't get to it and change the channel. And even if he was asleep and semi-snoring, if I went to reach to get it, he would immediately wake up and grasp it like it were an appendage, a part of his body.
The remote control. Come on, I mean, please, the remote control. But seriously. Yeah, seriously.
Really seriously. So again, I did discover lots of. Well, I don't have TV. I don't have a television feed coming into my house. So I watch TV on the internet. But I've had an opportunity to figure out after 7 years what kind of stuff I like to watch on TV. Oddly enough, he and I watch a lot of the same stuff. But you know.
Yeah, but and look, and the reality is that when you get an opportunity to dig into yourself, for a brief moment, I played around on a site, and I'll give you the site called Puff. Is that okay?
I don't care. I don't give it to him because ain't nobody paying me to say that.
Right. Okay. But anyway, so it was a dating site. It had a few 100,000 people on it and all that kind of stuff. And I met this. And we never met, but we talked on the phone once, and she told me something that was quite profound to me. Might not be profound to you, but it was profound to me. And she said to me that, you know, for a long time after, you know, my husband and I separated, you know, I just dug into myself for 2 years before I even decided to date whatsoever. I was like, wow, that's pretty strong. And after that, I decided not to even be on the site and just got into myself. Lola and I just been... we were talking, and we were just, you know, being friends and being, you know, rekindling the who are you part of our relationship, not not necessarily the love function of the relationship, the who are you and why did I fall in love with you in the first place. So a part of what I'm going to say is that if you decide to be happily separated with the one that you love. I mean, apparently if you got married or if you had a long relationship, if you have children with each other, I mean, there was something there. There was a foundation. So we were both saying no reason to walk around bitter and hateful of the things that transpired in the relationship because of he said, she said, because that's all it turns out to be. I mean, I'm sure that if you ask counseling from one of us or your pastor or something like that, he will have a straight sound advice for both of you in order for you to wake up. But we are here to tell you, no sense in being bitter. Find a way to at least indulge to have just a strong relationship. Does any of that make any sense? I don't know. I could be babbling.
Unless the person, this is my thing. I had to really sit and ask myself, did this person bring value to my life? And though there are lots of times when we disagreed, and we still do, I discovered and I realized and confirmed for myself that he definitely brings value to my life. He is my best friend. We talk about everything. Probably even more so now than it. Oh goodness. Probably even more so. Oh my God. Probably even more so now than it used to be, because both of us are so comfortable with being 100% ourselves. We're not sending the representative out to deal with one another. And you get more comfortable in the relationship when you decide to be you. So check out. If that person don't bring no value to your life and they just make your head hurt all the time, maybe you need to cut them the hell off. But if you find that they do bring value to your relationship, keep them around and see, what happens, and see, how many new things you can create together. And even if you cut them off, if they aggravate you, still don't be mad about it. It was an experience that you went through, that you lived through, that added to you, that taught you lessons, that, empowered you in some way, hopefully. And then you can share that with somebody else. But ain't no sense in being mad and bitter about it. Bitter just make you old fast.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you could be, and if the relationship continues and everybody can be civil, then it's okay for it to go. And and it just reminds me of a situation, and I hope the person doesn't pick up on that I'm talking about them.
They probably will.
So maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Go ahead, who cares?
Yeah, and they also going through a separation with their significant other, and they were out on a date, and that person just sat there and was saying to themselves as they were telling me the story, "Why in the hell am I here? This person doesn't get it, doesn't understand, and is way too immature and so self-righteous that it makes absolutely no sense for me to even waste my precious time to be around." And I'll say this to you.
Who was saying that? You were saying that? Or the person was saying that?
The person was saying that while they were having the date with their significant other. They're separated significant other.
Oh, okay.
And so they were like, why am I doing here? And as a result, that person decided to leave that relationship completely alone and continue with the filing of the papers in order to make it finite.
Yeah, that's
finite.
Correct.
Okay, and
I'm also his dictionary. Go ahead.
Yeah, clearly, and so you got to make sure. And Lola said it right. If the person is bringing significance to your life, and she's right. She and I have not. I was on the phone on the way up with somebody and was asking me about Lola and my relationship with her and all that other kind of stuff, and I was like, look, I have not found a person, period, that I can do brainstorming with on business ideas and in the expansion of any existing business ideas that I have or we have together better than with her. No one I've ever been with, because either that person's into their career or they don't. No one in my life, in my entire life, even fellas or not, have I been able to expand on a business idea or business philosophy or an existing idea better than with her. So so that is an added value to me.
Well, and it's about, sometimes you get people and sometimes you don't. And for me too, I think I realized that nobody gets me like that. Nobody gets me like that. I don't have to explain everything. I could say I'm happy. He'll know I'm lying. You might want to get ready to restart your show if you are gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, right. I might. But anyway, I'm winding down on my show. I might.
Well, I see you guys are out there listening, so thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying it. I haven't checked the chat, but I see y'all are listening because I see the tally of my listens are increasing while I'm sitting here talking. So I hope you are enjoying Happily Separated. Hayward said he's winding down, so I think that means he don't want to talk no more. So maybe we'll do it again tomorrow. Hopefully you guys got some value out of what we shared. If you thought we sounded funny, hopefully you laughed, and that's okay too. And we love it that you listen, and we get ready to sign off.
And I always say this is like a supermarket or a grocery store. I don't know what they call it in the South, but you know, you might not like everything that we say, but you know, pick and choose what works well for you.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Happily Separated. This has been Lola Barber and Haywood Barber with Happily Separated. Hope you enjoyed it. And I think he's telling me to be quiet.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I mean, I'm over my time, but I don't know if people will pick it up or it would make me, you know, pick another song.
Okay.
But, you know.
We're going back out with the song we came in with.
Yeah. I like that song.
Michael Bublé.
He's a white guy, too.
Feeling good. Yep, he sure is. He's like a...
See?
What you call it? Wannabe for what's his face? Frank Sinatra. Well, I mean, he probably wouldn't like me saying that, but that's what's up.
No?
Signing out, y'all. Take care.